Showtime Sports.
A new class of mixed martial artists is on the rise, hungry to showcase their skills. Destined to become champions and determined to make it as an elite fighter. The future of mixed martial arts is here on the ShoXC Elite Challenger Series.
We are set for the penultimate fight of the night as Brazil's Marlon Mathais hopes to avoid the eye of the hurricane as he takes on Hollywood, California's Conor the Hurricane Heun in a 160-pound contest.
My name's Conor Hurricane Heun. I'm fighting out of Legends MMA Training Center in Hollywood, California. And I'm a wrestler, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu fighter. And I trained my Muay Thai striking with Chris Riley. Started wrestling when I was 5. In fact, I lost my first match without ever getting my thumb out of my mouth. For me, this is the continuation of a dream that I've had since I was 5. I want to stand atop the podium. I want to hold the belt. And I want to know that that one given day that I was the best. And for me, I find my inner peace through external violence. And when I'm in that cage, it's the happiest place for me. Some people, I guess, are only free when they're locked in the cage.
Conor Heun is a former Division III national qualifier wrestler at the University of Ithaca, New York. Graduated with a major in English, and he considers it an honor to be fighting a member of the ShoXC Academy from Brazil. He's always been a huge fan of Vanderlei Silva, who, of course, before moving to the United States last year, was ShoXC's marquee fighter.
Well, I would have to say that the irony there is that his game plan is very much like a ShoXC game plan, because he plans to press forward and keep on him and overwhelm him. And that's totally ShoXC, but Conor is going to do that tonight. He wants to be on top when they go to the floor, put him on his back, because he feels he's got so many opportunities submission-wise from the top. But if he does end up on his back, Conor Heun will be more than happy to apply submission pressure via the rubber guard.
Loves snowboarding, likes surfing. In fact, he's a big fan of all board sports, but he told us that he's definitely not going to leave the audience board tonight. He definitely wants to make the most of an appearance here on ShoXC. They don't call him the Hurricane for nothing. Looking to definitely draw up a whirlwind of support in this matchup at 160 pounds. Of course, his opponent, coming all the way from Brazil, definitely has other ideas.
Well, in these 2 years that I have been fought, I take the time to train my jiu-jitsu, my wrestling, and then plus my Muay Thai is way better, way sharp. My hands like really sharp, and I'm gonna give to the people, the American people, they show that they deserve. My prediction for this fight, he's gonna try taking me down, because there's no way he can fight standing with me. And then I'm gonna keep him punching him, but if the fight's going to the ground, I can fight on the ground too, but I'm gonna try back up again, get standing, and keep on him up to the end.
Marlon Mathais represents the new face of the once mighty ShoXC Academy in Brazil. The team has undergone some major changes in the last year with the exodus of former Pride light heavyweight champion Vanderlei Silva and the Hua brothers Murilo Ninja and Mauricio Shogun. One of ShoXC's main coaches, Rafael Cordero, who is in fact in Mathais' corner tonight. He recently moved to Huntington Beach, California to open up ShoXC USA.
So there's a little bit of a ShoXC invasion here. Mathais describes his style as both technical and aggressive, and to him, representing ShoXC is a highly personal, almost religious experience. And he's not worried about Heun's ground fighting, because Mathais trains on a daily basis with jiu-jitsu giants like Fabricio Verdun.
He's been with ShoXC since he was 15 years old, so already 11 years. And like you say, anybody who's ever been with ShoXC, I mean, the whole experience with Hujimar Fedrigo, it is like you mentioned, a family. It's not a team. It's, you know, you're one of them, and it's kind of sad to see what's happened with ShoXC, but I guess the more the sport grows, more opportunities grow as well for fighters, and the Huas and Vanderlei Silva looking to seek greener pastures as we go to the tail of the tape for this lightweight matchup. Heun is 3 years older than Mathais, has the height and reach advantage, and they both came in at 159.5 pounds. All right, here's your cage announcer, Mark Lichtenfeld.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the lightweight division, and it's brought to you by the Chumash Casino Resort and Elite XC. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He brings to the cage an excellent MMA record of 6 wins, 2 losses. Fighting out of Hollywood, California. Tipping the scales at 159.5 pounds. Wearing the red trunks, he is Connor Heun. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, with a record of 5 wins and 1 loss, from Guadalajara, Mexico, weighing 159.5 pounds, wearing the black trunks, he is Marlon Mathais. Your referee in charge, Marcos Rosales.
Marlon, Connor. All right, gentlemen, obey my commands at all times, all right? Protect yourself. Now let's have a good, clean fight. Touch him up. Let's go.
Marlon Mathais from ShoXC, a record of 5-1, 3 knockouts. Already to his credit. Connor the Hurricane Heun, representing a Legends Gym in Hollywood, California, with guys like Bas Rutten and Randy Couture endorsing that place with a record of 6-2 and 5 submissions to his credit. And immediately Mathais races across the cage and begins to attack Connor the Hurricane Heun. And right now it's Mathais who resembles the Hurricane.
Man, this is some pressure right here. Marlon is just all over Heun. Caught him with some good shots there early. Marlon trying to push that head down for a knee.
And the Hurricane weathers the early storm here as we have just now passed the 30-second mark, a frenetic start. And we expect it with the 160-pounders. The lightweights always deliver the lightning-quick action.
Mathais came out like he was shot out of a cannon, and he started blasting away. But now they're locked up against the fence. This is going to be good for Heun because he can slow things down, be patient, put things back together with it. One thing he wants to try here, get the plumb clinch, and go for his own knees and elbows to the head.
Shoulder strike by Heun. Of course, he'll try to exploit that 5-inch height advantage here, and from a position like this can definitely do so. Marlon Mathais, though, trying to control his arms with the over-under clinch. And now Heun dropping down, looking for the high crotch pickup.
Heun's got to be careful here for the knees, because Mathais was landing a few of those left knees to the midsection. Oh,
there's a hammer fist delivered by Mathais, uppercut from close quarters by Heun, and back they go to the fence. Another knee attempt there by Heun. Trying to drop levels here, looking for the pickup, but a good job, very strong is Marlon Mathais. There's a short level trajectory elbow delivered by Heun as they now come apart.
Look for another blast by the ShoXC fighter. Comes in with it, oh man.
Very unorthodox knee right up the middle, and Marlon Mathais is trying to befuddle Connor Heun here.
What he's doing in the clinch is keeping Heun at odd angles. That way he can deliver strikes once they do clinch.
Mathais from the southpaw stance drives a left hand into Heun. Body kick by Heun. Again, good counter though by Mathais. Midway through round 1, it's been good so far.
Heun's got to relax here. You can't worry about pressing the action.
Good job of catching the kick by Mathais, but nice series of uppercuts delivered by Heun. Again, right underneath the armpit. Mathais comes back with a straight left. Back and forth we go, Stephen.
That right roundhouse kick to the body for Heun could be a good factor. Heun came up the middle with a knee of his own. Heun's hanging tough here in the standings battle.
No feeling out process here in the first 3 minutes of this fight. Takedown into the open guard of Mathais. Let's see what Heun can do here.
Oh, Heun's going to love this position. We got the open guard. Is he going to pass guard? I would think he would try and pass him to side mount. But he's going to drill him with a, there it is.
Nice guard pass by Heun, and immediately going for the back here.
He's going to work for back control. If he gets back control, it's going to be a big problem for Marlon to escape. Heun is a purple belt under Eddie Bravo, and he's got real good savvy on the ground.
Working from the side.
There it is, look, elbow,
Heun delivers an elbow strike, another elbow to Mathais.
Go for his eyebrows, you need to cut it.
Looks like Mathais, there's blood on his arm. He may be cut up from those elbows. From this vantage point, it's hard to tell, but there is blood on the arm of Mathais. With 1 minute now remaining in the opening round.
Heun content, just controlling the action. Now he flattens Mathais out. Mathais seemed to want to be on his side there, but now Heun looking for mount, and he gets it. Mathais has got to be careful with the rollover because he could go under submission.
Heun attempting to choke here. Half a minute remaining.
Heun could try and pull himself into back control, but it doesn't work.
And now it's Mathais in the guard of Heun. And the crowd here at the Chumash Casino, very intelligent crowd, applauding the efforts of these two warriors.
Rubber guard attempt by Heun from the bottom.
Well, no doubt about it, Connor the Hurricane Heun and Marlon Mathais deliver the goods in the opening 5 minutes. And it looks as if Connor Heun is the one, in fact, with the blood. As you look at Marlon Mathais, it appears that Connor Heun is the one who has been bleeding, so even from a dominant position, was losing some plasma in that opening round.
I think it was residual effect of the strikes that he ate early in the round when the shoebox fighter came exploding out of his corner.
Press it right in there, tight, and then smear the Vaseline on it.
Right out, explosive shoebox. That left hand came cracking out. Knees to the body. Mathais was just trying to establish control. Man, great first round.
And if there's one weight class that can maintain that frenetic pace, it is the lightweights. Let's see what they do for an encore here in round number 2. Counter lefts there by Mathais.
Mathais has got really good takedown defense. He did get taken down in that first round, but Heun is a great wrestler. But one thing I really like about when they're standing and trading, Mathais now got a, I don't know, it looked like Heun actually pulled guard there, or tried to.
Mathais has been involved in mixed martial arts at a professional level for 5 years. Went undefeated as a professional Muay Thai fighter at 9-0, and of course his shooter box is, anyone who's even cursively followed mixed martial arts, you know it's all about the Muay Thai and the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Heun working the rubber guard now.
Trying to pull that right leg up in front of the face. Marlon Mathais got a lot of options. Omoplata, gogoplata. Transitioning into an armbar. Constantly threatening with the right, then going with the left. There's a lot of things he can do off his back here.
What about Brad Arms winning 2 fights in a row with the gogoplata, the big heavyweight?
Brad Arms is huge, he's like 6'8".
Unbelievable.
And his legs got to be 5 feet long.
Mathais trying to pass this half guard. Good job by Heun on the bottom, though. Very active, staying busy, keeping Mathais, close quarters, controlling his posture.
Yeah, one thing I like what Heun is doing is he's moving his hips out to the side to try and always be threatening to get that back.
Stop!
And Marcus Rosales, the referee, will bring them back up to their feet.
That's a good call. Heun goes for a left kick and tries for a hip toss.
Yeah, tried that judo throw, and Mathais comes back with a knee right up the middle. And Heun avoids further damage.
This is an absolute war here.
Tremendous fight, and we've talked about it. We anticipated it from the start.
One thing I really like that Mathais is doing is he's dipping to the right and throwing that left hand. And hasn't failed to connect yet.
Pops him with another left and a good takedown by Heun for self-preservation purposes. As he was getting nailed with that left hand, working the can opener.
Open guard by Marlon Mathais on the floor.
Heun's corner wanting Heun to bring Mathais to the fence. That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. Work the elbows.
Use the elbows. Use the fence for leverage, and now standing up, dropping the right hands. Active guard by Mathais, trying to avoid the punishment.
Mathais turning hips over, looking to get his own top position.
And he has to watch his balance like his corner's talking about. Good job, really, a positioning here by Connor Heun, making the most of his 5'10" frame. Really mixing it up well with elbows.
Trying to land a clean elbow shot, even if it's a post-up elbow like that. Where he puts his palm, he puts his palm on the guy's head and then just drops the elbow straight down. Like that right there.
Isn't it effective? Just scraping away at the head of Mathais.
It's like if you're upstairs apartment and your downstairs neighbor's bothering you, you do that on the floor. Elbows are landing a little bit more regularity here for Heun.
Yeah, those short elbows doing a good job of trying to mess up the facial features of Marlon Mathais.
Hasn't been able to cut him yet. Marlon's got to be careful of a submission here. Heun maybe trying to...
Got mount.
He's got a mount, but the arms are in the equation.
Last minute here, and he's looking for the guillotine, but against the fence and with the full mount.
Really tough to get a guillotine from the mount, but I've seen it done. Matt Linland did it against Jeremy Horn.
He's got to be careful of expending that energy. If it's not there, if it's not a high percentage submission, try to go for something else. And look at this now, a reversal by Marlon Mathais. Turning into Connor Heun, half-minute remaining of round 2. There's an elbow. Again, just Heun trying to rub away with those short elbows, scraping. Now just reining in the right hands to Marlon Mathais, who has to get out of this predicament. Final 10 seconds. Connor Heun again looking from side control. We're going to a third and final round. What has been a thrilling fight.
That elbow that you went up and down didn't go to his head. That would have cost you a point. You understand me? All right.
Okay, here we have them up against the fence. Connor Heun, it was almost like he was trying to pull guard, but he pulled half guard. Mathais ended up on top. Connor blasting away with kicks to the body, goes for a hip toss, but rolls out. And Mathais tries to capitalize and lands a really good left hand there up against the fence. That left hand was landing a lot in that early part of that round, along with knees. But Connor Heun basically turned the tables, and I thought he won that round.
They've entertained us for 10 minutes. What are they going to do for a final act? It's the third and final round of this lightweight matchup between Connor Heun in the predominantly red fight shorts against Marlon Mathais in the dark fight shorts.
That left hand hurt Connor Heun. Oh, this is not good. Connor Heun went for a shot there, but ended up on his back. And now he's side-mounted by Marlon Mathais.
So through 2 rounds, how do you score the fight? What is the third and final round all about, fight professor?
Well, the third and final round is the round that will decide this fight. I believe that the shootbox fighter Marlon Mathais won that first round. Connor Heun pulled that second round out by a great concerted wrestling and ground and pound effort, especially with the elbows and the ground control.
So I believe may be hanging in the balance.
It's definitely hanging in the balance here. But Heun being on the bottom, he's got to get busy.
Let's improve. Let's improve.
1 minute is gone in the third round. Marlon Mathais now working from half guard, and Marcos Rosales bringing them back up to their feet.
Go!
Both fighters wearing their badges in this fight, battered and bruised. It's been one of those battles, non-stop action, just as we anticipated. Marlon Mathais, touted as the new face of Shooterbox in Brazil, and Connor the Hurricane Heun, doing a great job in representing Legends Gym out of Hollywood, California.
That slide-in right knee landed to the ribs of Mathais, and it was a good shot. It made Mathais move back. I'm frankly surprised that Connor Heun hasn't thrown any right low kicks. Connor Heun coming in tough, though. He wants to brawl.
Going for a shot. Mathais trying to defend the takedown, doing a good job thus far, and Heun forced to pin him up along the fence.
Beautiful takedown defense there by the shootbox fighter.
3 minutes left. Knee attempt by Heun.
That was a really good attempt there. That's a really risky move. But Connor doesn't care if he goes to the ground. He's in the same position he was near the end of the last round, and this is where he controlled things.
Maybe looking for the guillotine. Trying to soften Mathais up with a series of right hands. Mathais looking to escape. More self-position here now.
Mathais was looking to get out the back door, but he didn't have a correct position, and his shoulder got caught up in the legs of Heun. Heun now in a position where he could just deliver hammer fists.
Of course, Mathais looking like he was attempting to pick up that leg, and now just has his hands down along his waist. And again, these two gladiators have maintained an incredible pace through 13 minutes of action. As we near the 2-minute mark left in this third and final round, and now they begin to slug it out.
Heun made a comment that he wanted to test the cardio of Mathais, and I see that Mathais is fading a little bit.
Well, I think so far, though, he has passed that test. Wouldn't you agree? With 2 minutes left, but you're right. Maybe that's what's going to... I mean, when you train at this high level, it sometimes comes down to who's in better shape. The conditioning, those small intangibles.
Connor's putting a lot of pressure. He's in a great position. If there were knees on the ground, this fight could be over in one shot. But there
are a Garst choke here, it looks like. Heun trying to come up with something. A minute and a half now left in the fight.
This is not going to look good for Marlon in the judge's eyes because he's turtled up. He's offering nothing except for sitting there taking shots. Heun in control. Heun going to think about it.
Heun looking for the Kimura.
Oh, man.
And the perspiration slips out, and now Mathais on his feet, but kudos to Heun, taking the risk and trying to finish the fight. That's what it's all about. Connor the Hurricane Heun.
This is an incredible fight.
Oh, spinning back kick. Last minute of action, and what a great fight it's been here at ShoXC on Showtime.
I think that takedown might have iced this round. If nothing changes, I believe Connor Heun will squeak this round out. He's been more in control over the last 3 minutes than Mathais. Mathais has faded a little bit. That takedown...
Still in half guard, however, hasn't fully passed the guard, but Heun doing a good job of controlling.
And delivering ground and pound with those short elbows.
Posturing up now. Mathais needs to pull something out of his bag of tricks here with 15 seconds left.
I don't see it happening.
We are in the home stretch of what has been a terrific lightweight battle, and it looks like it's going to the judges' scorecards with Connor the Hurricane Heun on top of Marlon Mathais. What a great fight.
That was an incredible fight. Both guys left it all inside the cage. They tried everything they could. It ended up going back to basics, though. Connor Heun used his wrestling and his ground and pound and his jiu-jitsu. but he set that up with a lot of really good Muay Thai. He's shown a lot of growth as a fighter. But Mathais came out aggressive early. I think he spent his dime early, though.
In the face of a mixed martial arts gladiator right there, Connor the Hurricane Heun. Marlon Mathais. One of those fights where obviously a winner has to be rendered, and I tend to agree with you, Stephen, that Connor Heun did more than enough, especially in that third round, to pull out the win, but Marlon Mathais, obviously a bright future as well. And that's the great thing about mixed martial arts. When you lose a battle of this type, you more than raise your stock.
Yeah, I agree, Moro. It's a situation where Marlon Mathais, people are going to remember him coming out in that first round, blasting away and controlling the action. But in the final analysis, they're going to remember the top control by Heun.
Hey, don't forget, if you're looking for great MMA fights online, look no further than ProElite.com. They have Elite XC, Cage Rage, Rapper's Quest, and much more, all available to watch online. Visit show.com/ProElite. All right, let's find out who won this tremendous lightweight contest. Here once again is Mark Lichtenfeld.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 action-packed rounds, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges, Cecil Peoples, Nelson Hamilton, and Abe Bellardo, scored the bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Connor Heun.
Boulder, I love you, baby. Yeah, sorry I got hit. Next time I won't.
Connor, what do you think of that response from the crowd?
You know, I love everybody, man. I'm having a blast. If they, they didn't think that was a hard-fought performance, go watch WWE.
Well, I had you definitely winning the second and third rounds, and you went back to basics. You used that wrestling and ground and pound, and we saw some jiu-jitsu too.
It was pretty slippery, man. It was a good fight. I'm happy about it. Happy to get the W. I don't really want to talk too much. I think my jaw's broken.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well,
I'll
tell you, how difficult was he in that first round?
He's a strong kid, man. It was good. It's been a while since I've been in a war with a worthy opponent. I'm happy to be in a war with him. Hopefully I'll be fighting here when we go to network TV. You'll see me in a lot more wars. I love Elite XC and I love you guys. Throw it up.
Okay, give it up for him, Connor Heun.
Well, the Hurricane, Connor Heun, hearing a storm of boos, but picks up a very impressive win nonetheless as he defeats Marlon Mathais.